What's up, guys? Welcome back to the next video in the Getting Started with Lofty series. The last two videos, I showed you guys the overview of Lofty and the settings tab. And now today we're going to dive deep into the mobile app. I'm going to show you guys how to get it and everything about that mobile app so that way you can navigate that seamlessly and start to use that as your primary nurture device, because Lofty has made a lot of effort into making sure that this mobile app is actually functional versus most other CRMs, which gives you a limited amount of activity and things that you can do. You can basically operate and navigate the entire Lofty platform off this mobile app. So I'm super excited to show you guys exactly how this mobile app works. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, guys, so first things first, we need to put the Lofty app onto our mobile device. So whether you're using an Apple or an Android, you just want to go to the App Store, or in Android's case, you go to the Play Store here and just go ahead and search up Lofty. And what you'll see is that there's going to be this blue logo with the white L in the middle. That is the Lofty app that we want to use. Ignore anything else here. They do have a Lofty Open House app there, which we'll go into a little bit later, but I can basically control everything through here. So this is going to be the one that you want to install. So you'll just go ahead and follow the instructions to install on that and sign in. And once you got that, you can go ahead and open up Lofty. So Lofty by default will start you off in this section here, which is basically your chat section of the screen. So if you look at the bottom of the screen there, you're going to see all of our options here. We've got chat, people, listings, transactions, calendar, and then more. If you click more there, it's going to show us our dashboard, showings, social studio, website, door knock, open house, activity, and settings. So you're going to see that we can pretty much do anything from the Lofty app that we can do on the desktop, minus a few things that we'll get into. But this is a very, very capable mobile app compared to most other CRM's mobile apps. You can really work functionally through this mobile app, and it's one of my favorite parts about Lofty. So first and foremost, once it's on your phone, let's just jump into the settings tab here, and then we can go ahead and make sure everything's set up properly. This is going to look a lot like the settings on the desktop version here. So you've got your account and security. If you click that, it's going to show your email. You can change your password, and you can also look at your device management here. So if I click that, you can see all the devices that I'm logged in on right now, and you can individually log those out if you want to. But that's a good way to keep track of how many devices you've got signed in. And if something were to happen where you think somebody might have breached you or got in there, you can just log them out from that, change your password, and everything is good to go. Next down on the list of settings here, we do have the MLS tab. So this is just going to show you what MLSs you're using. I'm using RE Colorado. If you're hooked up to multiple MLSs, you'll see them all there. You can click this drop-down menu, and it just basically says what agent it's assigned and what your office is. So shows your MLSs there, which is really good. And then you got your notification settings. So this is where all of those push notifications come through. So when you're on the actual desktop app, like I showed you guys in the other video there, those notifications, when you toggle them on the desktop app, will automatically toggle and trigger here on your mobile device. But you can also access and change this stuff here. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I already did on the other video, but as you can see here, we can pretty much turn on or off notifications for any circumstance inside of Lofty. So go through that, pick and choose what you really like and what's not going to become annoying to you, but make sure that you're not going to miss anything, and go ahead and set that up. I do like the push notifications, but just for an extra layer of certainty for things like new leads and when they request a showing, I do also go into the desktop app and have that send me a text message. So that way, it's just foolproof. We don't miss anything on that, and I would recommend that you do the same thing there. Next up, we have the integrations tab here. So if you click that, you can see I've got my Gmail integrated. I don't use Office 365. My Google Calendar's there, Outlook Calendar, and IMAP or SMTP. So you can get those integrated directly into the mobile app as well. And then on the next one down here is going to be the phone. So this is where we have our personal numbers, our company numbers, and what our call and text methods are going to be. Once again, going back to that personal number, you want to use the personal number that you get supplied with Lofty. If you already had a personal number with your former CRM and you're transferring over to Lofty, I will make another video about how we can port that number over and what that process looks like. But you want to use that personal number because once again, anything that you do from that personal number or anybody that contacts you on that personal number, we have it set in the settings to record right here. So it will record that, and then the Lofty artificial intelligence can summarize those conversations, making it basically to where we don't have to leave notes, which is awesome, because that's at least where I fail a lot of the times, is I'll have a big old conversation, but I'll be so busy I won't leave a note, and then I got to reflect on that conversation later, and bits and pieces of it are missing, and I don't get the full story. So this fixes that. The company number below there, once again, if you are on a team and not on a separate instance of Lofty, you do not want to use this company number, because anybody who calls that, it goes through the whole company, right? So if you've got leads calling you on the company number, everybody's profile could ring, so I just avoid that. The call and text method here is we get the option to use our cell phone, the Lofty number, or our personal number. Once again, I use the personal number because if we use our cell phone, none of that data or none of that interaction gets captured into Lofty. So if you're not using that Lofty personal number, then you're not going to have those recording phone calls. You're not going to be able to use the AI summary on those conversations. So make sure that that's selected to your Lofty personal number. And once again, I will show you guys how to port a number over if that's where we're at. So that way we can get everything set up properly. Auto welcome text I have disabled just because of the way that I have my smart plan set up. Usually sends an auto text depending on how they came into my actual system. So I don't do those auto texts. You do have the text message templates right here. So you can see we've got all of our templates right there on the mobile device. So we can still template text people manually through the mobile device, which is absolutely awesome. We don't have to be on the desktop for that. And then you got your call recording tab here. I always make sure it's on, but full disclosure, some states do prohibit the recording of calls without dual consent. So you're going to click here to see how your state handles call recording. If you're in California or something like that, you may have to get dual consent. Now, one of the ways to do that, if we're getting like internet leads imported in, is just to put that inside of your disclosure when you're getting permission to call, text, and email or communicate via artificial intelligence. I would just have something added in there that states that when you're contacting me, your calls will be recorded for quality assurance, and then bam, you've got that permission and you are good to go. And then you have this bottom one here to update contacts. So if you want all the contacts from your phone put into Lofty, you can do that and it'll update all of that. Now, if you're using the Apple model, the Apple version, there is another option on here for your call filter and caller ID, and that's really cool. I don't know why they haven't brought that to Android yet. I'm hoping it comes soon, but for Apple users, if you enable the caller ID in your settings through Lofty, then anytime a client calls from your Lofty number, their information will pull up on your phone and it'll ID them as a client, where if you don't have that, or if you're on Android, I usually just get a call from a Lofty number, or it'll show their number there, but if they're not saved in my phone, I don't see that ID coming up. So one of the better benefits about having an Apple device at this moment, but like I said, I imagine it is going to come to Android soon, so stick around for that. But yeah, sending leads, basically you have that on there. This just enables you to be able to send leads through the phone, okay? Find agent preference. What this is here is just basically when you want to find an agent. So if you're on a team and you're going to be routing calls and routing leads through, that's what that's all for. You have your terms of use settings here, which basically shows you Lofty's terms of service. So you can go ahead and copy all that whole stuff there. If you want, throw it into ChatGPT, have ChatGPT analyze that, and it should be really easy for you to get a grasp on exactly what those terms of services are. You also got Lofty's privacy policy here and data privacy here, which just keeps our data private. You want to have that selected. We have a support tab there, about, and you can also refer a friend and get a kind of like an affiliate link to it there, and then you can obviously log out. So that is it for the settings. So let's just go ahead and jump back into that main screen, which is going to be the chat. So what you've got here is it shows everything, all of our notifications, our showing assistance that shows any pending showing requests that require action, any lead chat. So if you click notifications, you're going to see here that we've got friend and group requests, opportunities, task reminders, new leads, people who have mentioned me. So if somebody like mentions you, like another agent in your group or something like that, that'll appear up here, and all the text communication shows up right here. So you can see all of my new texts there. And then we also have the AI chat. So if you've got the AI feature going there, you can see the AI chatting with your potential leads and trying to qualify them, and you can monitor that there. This opportunities tab here is just basically showing people that have been online doing some sort of activity on your website that would be considered an opportunity, like saving a listing, viewing a listing, all of that good stuff there. So you can keep a close eye on that opportunities, because that's a really good way to make money if your pipeline is empty and you don't really have anything active, watching those opportunity tabs and capitalizing on that is one of the quickest ways to make money. So that's one of my favorite parts about that there. And then you can also see here that we have the unread notifications. So if I click on that, it'll just show me to those leads. Sorry, I've got a lot of people popping up into my notifications right now because I have just launched my new AI community, Agent Prompt University, and it is popular. People are absolutely loving it. So I do apologize about all those notifications popping up. So let's go ahead and go down here. Next tab is going to be the people here. So here you can see I've got all my people set up over here. So this is where you can go through all of your lists there. I don't want to click on any of them because I don't want to give any of their information away, but this is where you can see your leads and contacts there. If you click this little arrow right up here, you can go through your pipeline, which is super awesome. And then you can also see your contacts on your phone as well. So moving on, we can go over here to your listings. So if you've got some active listings right here or team listings, you can see all of those listings right here. You can click into them there and you can basically see all of the details of that listing, any showings that have been requested through, and your matched buyers. So this is a really cool one here because if we click the matched buyers here, you can see that the AI has matched these people based on the criteria for my listing. So we got 7 matches here for Kim. So I would want to send him a text message, right? I'd basically shoot him a text message just saying, hey, check out this listing. So we can just select that there and I can hit this text message here and it'll go ahead and pop that up and give me the opportunity to text him. So that's super awesome on that. You'll want to pay attention to that. That's another great way to advertise your listing out to people who are in your database looking to buy that may match what this listing is. So another really awesome feature inside of Lofty there. And they even have the transactions tab inside of the mobile app. So this is huge because a lot of CRMs don't even have transaction capabilities, but Lofty does, which makes it so awesome. And here's where we can see our transactions and keep up all to date on that. And then they also have the calendar tab here, so you can see what is on your schedule for the day. So super helpful there. And this is where it starts to get really cool, guys, is when I click more on here, I can go over to this dashboard and I can see all of my new leads that have come in. I can see any of my appointments for the day and all my tasks for the day. I don't have any tasks listed for today, but if I did, they'd be listed there. And this is great because you can just pop this open, hit your dashboard, see what you have to do today for calls, make those calls, check those tasks off the list, see your appointments, and everything is fully functional straight out the mobile app. So you can obviously spend all of your time on this mobile app and still be very functional as far as your CRM goes. So I love this part about that. And then our next tab over here is going to be the showing tab. So anybody who's requested a showing is going to show up here, right? And you'll see your unprocessed lead showing requests right there, and you can respond to those there. Now, full disclosure, you can't actually book the showing through like our showing services and stuff, but this is a good way to communicate with the leads that want to see houses, and you can let them know that we're good to go on those showings. So super cool stuff. You can see it for the buyers and the showings that are requested on the listings at the time. So yeah, that's another awesome feature of Lofty. Moving over here to the Social Studio, you're going to see here that this is where we can actually use the Social Studio to post on all of our social medias, or all social media pages. So Social Studio is cool. It is an extra feature, but if you've got that feature added on there, then this can auto post your listings, auto post the updates to the listings, and do everything that you need to do on social media. We can schedule it out there, like I said, so everything's posted automatically, saving you time, which is what we're all about here, is getting all that time saved. You can also view your website directly from the mobile app, so you can see what your mobile website, what it is there. You can share that off, but a good way to be able to make sure that everything's functioning properly on your website there. Okay, and then now going over here to the door knock section. This is a feature that's exclusive to Lofty, and it's absolutely amazing, right? So you can see here, like I can basically go into anywhere in the area that I'm at right now, and I can click on these and I can get the information there. We can put seller information information in. So if I'm door knocking this area here, I can monitor and document every door that I've knocked. And if I get the client's information, we can put that in there. It automatically puts them into Lofty as a lead, and we can go ahead and nurture them from there. So this door knocking app is one of the coolest things that I have seen in a long time for CRMs that'll help us really track and document that process of door knocking that we're going, making sure that we're not double knocking doors, and making it easier for us to stay in touch with those clients that did respond to us via that door knock. This is a very cool feature in Lofty that I'm very excited about, and I will do an entire video just on this aspect alone. Next to that is the open house, right? So we can actually set our open houses up through our mobile devices, and we can basically program it. Once again, I'm going to do a full video on this, but yeah, if you were, let's say we were just doing an open house over here on this right here, look at this. There's our sign in right here. So we can have people, you can either set your tablet up at the beginning of the open house there and have people fill this out, or they got this awesome QR code. So you can print this QR code out and you can set that up at the beginning of the open house, even paste it to the door there and just say, hey, you know, we have a touchless open house sign in, please sign in, click this QR code, and then you are good to go. But it's really cool because we can go into the desktop version of the app, and once again, I'll make a video on this in depth, but we can edit some of these questions out, and we can do our own little survey there, which makes that a little bit more interactive. But this is a great way to capture lead information through the open house via not having them to sign in on a sheet and dealing with them, you know, with the bad handwriting and all that good stuff. So once again, a very cool feature of Lofty, which makes this app so much cooler than everybody else's. And then next to this one is going to be the activity tab. This one's also awesome because I can see everybody's activity, right? I can see who signed up for my courses. I can see what properties people are viewing. And so if I'm bored and I don't have anything in my pipeline, I will jump to this activity tab and I will see what people have been doing. And if they've been doing something that makes me want to jump on it, like my buddy Zach over here, looking at all these different pictures of land, probably want to give him a call, see if he wants any more information about this stuff. So this is a great way, if you have an empty pipeline, to go ahead and generate a little bit more leads. And then that's what that little button right up there is. It'll show it for everything for this week. You can change that to the last 2 weeks, this month, or all in all. Okay, so that's pretty cool. But you can see, like, this guy here has viewed 24 houses and opened 87 emails. He's last active 20 minutes ago. So it's a great way to monitor what the activity is on our website at any given moment. So very, very cool stuff here with the app there, guys. This is basically the gist of the app. There's a lot of things that they're going to continue to add, but that's basically everything inside the Lofty app. So like I said before, I will dive in deep into the showing aspects, the social studio, door knocking, and open houses, and show you guys how to really set those up in other videos. But for this one, I just wanted to give you that overview of the mobile app, show you guys how to get that downloaded, so that way you can get started in helping your leads and making sure that we're nurturing everybody properly via the mobile app. All right, guys, so there was the overview of the Lofty app. If you found value from this video, make sure to hit like and subscribe to my channel, because we're going to dive deep into Lofty and everything there is about it, so that way you have a full understanding of how to use this CRM to the best way possible, so we can nurture our clients, put everything on autopilot, and start generating more GCI by being organized. So if you like this content, once again, please like and subscribe to my channel. But if you want even more action, I want to invite you guys to my community, Agent Prompt University, where we dive deep into everything artificial intelligence and CRM. And I teach you guys practical applications of how to do this inside of our business, making you that go-to modern agent that has everything dialed in, so we can provide the absolute best value to our customers that is possible through our client journey. So make sure to check the description below. I'm going to leave some links in there about Agent Prompt University and how you can join that community. But if you want even more dialed in, full dedicated support than that, then I would recommend that you guys explore the options of joining me in my award-winning group, the Wolfpack at EXP. If you were to take this move and join me inside my group there, you would get access to all of my CRM and AI training completely for free.
plus a whole bunch of other stuff there. I'm teamed up with Mike Sherrard, Louis Galt, and Jeremy Kane, and together we offer so much value that it's absolutely mind-blowing. The biggest thing that I think that most people find out when they join the Wolfpack here is that there's so much stuff that is absolutely laid out on a silver platter for you to start implementing in your business. That's almost hard to decide where to go first. So it's a super cool group. I absolutely love it to death. So check that out. If you are, in between brokerages or kind of thinking that you might need something new, there is a way to access all of my knowledge and everybody else's knowledge in this industry, like Mike, Louie, Connor, and Jeremy, which are absolute savages in this game. You can get access to all of that stuff for free by exploring the options of joining me at eXp Realty in the Wolfpack. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Hit me up in the comments if you got any questions. Shoot me a DM. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next video.